Jodi. Welcome back to my channel. So happy you are here. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you. It's Jodi Dunn, and I am not coming at you with a haul video today. I wanted to do an updated video on basically how I never ever pay for couponing, how I keep my couponing money totally separate and simply recycle rebate money so that my bank account is never ever touched. I have had several questions recently, and I thought it would be a good idea to make an updated video. So if you are new and you just found the channel, I am so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know that you are new right down there so I can welcome you to the channel and say hello back to you. So happy that you are here. And if you are already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back to another video. I appreciate you. Let me know if you use the PayPal debit card for your couponing and if you love it. So we're going to dive into all things PayPal debit card, recycling rebate money, how I do it, how I got started. And at the end, I am going to quickly just show you how I organize my coupons because I've had quite a few questions recently and I don't feel like I do anything special, but I'm going to show you what I do. We do have the big guy in the background. There's Gus for any of y'all that like to see Gus. I'm going to be real with you. I do this maybe, I think once a year, honestly. Y'all know already, I don't edit videos. You get what you get. If the phone falls, the phone falls. We move on. I actually filmed this video already. I decided to do a different location just to, you know, make things fun and break things up. And so I took my ring light and I went downstairs in the basement and I was going to film in front of my stockpile. And I filmed like a 15-minute video. And you know what happened? This guy happened. Mr. Barky Bark was barking the entire time I was in the basement, standing right here where I am in front of the front window, barking at heavens knows what. And I was hoping that you wouldn't be able to hear it because I was in the basement. But I watched a few minutes of video back, and yeah, you can hear him barking the whole time. I was like, ugh, I got to redo this. So here's my once a year redo of the video. All right, we are going to talk today about how I separate my couponing money, and I never ever pay for any couponing out of my bank account. I did a video on this about 8 months ago. It will be linked in the description box if you do want to take a look at it and watch it. But I'm going to give you some updated information. So when I was learning drugstore couponing and figuring out how to basically use the store's money for the most part to pay for couponing, I started like racking my brain. How do I do this with all couponing so that my bank account is never ever touched, not for tax, not for anything? And I had been racking my brain for a few weeks of how do I do this? And I was watching Nick from Ohio Valley Couponer. He is the only couponer at that point that I heard talking about the PayPal debit card. And I was like, PayPal debit card? Well, I've had PayPal forever. He was talking about how he just recycles his rebate money. So when he's doing rebate hauls, he uses rebate money that he previously earned to pay for the new rebate haul to earn more money. It's just a constant recycling of the money. And I was like, I have got to look into this. I've never heard any other couponer talk about this before. And so I kind of figured I was just really late to the game and everybody already knew about this. Then I did a video on it and everybody was like, oh my gosh, I didn't think of this. I didn't know I could do this. So anyways, what I did, I already had PayPal. And so what I did was basically I transferred my money into PayPal. And I'm going to get into how I started. I do want to give you just a little bit of back information on what PayPal is, just in case you're unfamiliar. I have had PayPal for over 10 years. PayPal is just a payment portal, basically. You put money into it and you can transfer it right to your bank account, or you can pay invoices through PayPal, all of that good stuff. Now, I want you to understand, number one, I'm not affiliated with PayPal. I don't work for PayPal. So if you have like certain specific questions, as the consumer, you always need to do your due diligence. I don't pay any fees for my PayPal debit card. but they do offer like prepaid cards that do have fees. That would defeat the purpose to me. So think of PayPal. And as I say that, I want you to be aware, again, as the consumer, do your due diligence. PayPal is governed by the government, and they have to meet certain requirements. I've kind of explained this in a video before, but as you're all aware, in the United States, we had this horrible thing happen called 9/11. And when that happened, all laws changed. There is no banking institution, there is no payment portal institution that isn't required to get your information. They are all required by the government to get your information. So if you sign up for PayPal, they may want you to prove your identity by sending like in a driver's license or things like that, okay? So just be aware of that. And as I've said before, you are the consumer, do your due diligence. So here's how I started off. When I started off with the rebate apps, I didn't know what to do with the rebate money. I know that sounds silly, but I viewed my rebate money, anything that I had earned from Ibotta. I first started off using Ibotta, Fetch, and Swagbucks. Those were the ones I started using early on. And I really didn't know what to do with that money because I viewed it as special money. And I didn't want to mix it in with my regular bank account money. Of course, it's cash money. You can do whatever you want with cash money, right? You can pay bills with it. You can buy groceries with it. You can use it for birthday gifts. I do all of those things with it. But I'm just trying to give you a little bit of context of how I started. So what I was doing was I was basically hoarding that rebate money. And I was keeping it inside the rebate apps, which is never a good idea. Because anything can happen to the rebate app. Your rebate app gets locked down. The rebate app shuts down. Remember, these are all free rebate apps. We did not pay for them. That money's gone. So don't ever keep money, large amounts of money, in your rebate apps. When I came across Nick's video that talked about the PayPal debit card and I started looking into it, I transferred a little bit of money over from Ibotta into my PayPal account. And when I did that, a little button showed up under the balance of my PayPal that said, get the PayPal debit card. Now, think of PayPal basically as like a bank account, okay? Some people get very confused on this. Your paycheck or any money that you deposit into your bank account goes into your actual bank account. You then have a debit card that is linked to your bank account. And when you make a purchase with your debit card, it comes right out of your bank account. It's the same thing. So if you put money into PayPal, it sits in like a portal. And it sits there to either be transferred to your bank account, or if you have the PayPal debit card like I do, that balance, anytime I swipe this card, comes out, this balance comes out of whatever I charge on this card comes out of the balance that's in my PayPal, okay? So don't overcomplicate that. So I had this little button that said, get the PayPal debit card. So I clicked on it. It was super easy. I put in like what I wanted my PIN to be, and they mailed it to me. I got it within 2 weeks. I will leave the link down in the description box in case you're newer to PayPal, but I do believe if you have any type of balance and you log into your PayPal, you will see that button. But just in case, the link will be in the description box for you. Again, it is called the PayPal Cash debit card. That's what it's called. I just call it a PayPal debit card. So just to give you some context, I literally had hundreds of dollars. I was doing Walmart, Ibotta hauls, and I was just paying out of my bank account. I was purchasing things for Swagbucks rebate, and I was paying out of my bank account, and I was earning the rebates back, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the rebate money. And there was a couple of times, very sparingly, that I would transfer money from Ibotta, because I figured out I could transfer money from Ibotta into PayPal and then transfer that into my bank account. You now can actually transfer from Ibotta right into your bank account, but back then you couldn't. And I would do that sparingly, but I didn't want to do that often because I already knew if I transferred it right to my bank account, it would just get spent on whatever, and there would be no tracking for me. And again, I just viewed that as special money. So when I got the PayPal debit card, I literally had hundreds of dollars in rebate money. I had been doing rebates for 6 months and paying a majority of that out of my bank account. And I had all this rebate money built up. Like I said, I was using a little bit, transferring here or there very sparingly. And I did finally figure out that I could also purchase a Walmart gift card using Ibotta. And so I did start using that a little bit to pay for my Walmart Ibotta hauls. But once I figured out that I could just get the PayPal debit card and I could transfer all of my rebate money right into PayPal, and I could use that for all couponing. It would totally separate everything for me. My bank account never, ever had to be touched. And then what I do basically is at the end of the month, I'll decide how much excess do I think I have that I do want to transfer into my bank account from PayPal. And like I said, you can use that money for whatever you want. That's cash money. You can use it to buy groceries. You can use it to pay for gifts. I have saved up some money and done some Christmas gifts with it. You can use it for anything you want to use it for. I personally right now, I am trying to get out of credit card debt and I'm so excited. I'm making such progress. And so I will take money every single month and I will transfer it to my bank account from my PayPal balance. And I will use that to help pay off credit card debt. The rest of the money stays right there so that I use it for couponing. So that is how I am able to separate it. Never, ever do I touch my bank account to pay for tax, to pay for anything when I am doing couponing. Now, I don't go so far as if I'm going to the grocery store and I'm doing my actual regular grocery shopping and I decide to pick up an item that has an Ibotta rebate, I just pay for that with my regular grocery money and I get the Ibotta rebate. I don't go that far. If I am doing like, 10 rebates and I'm just including that in my regular grocery shopping, I will take the money for that and I will transfer it from my PayPal and to replace my grocery money. So you have to do it what works for you. Now, if you are newer and you didn't do like I did and hoarded a whole bunch of rebate money where you started off with a whole bunch that you can just continually roll, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to start doing smaller hauls and you're going to want to roll the rebate money. Similar to what we do at CVS, right? We go to CVS, we use our ECBs. If we don't have a lot of ECBs, let's say we start off with 15 ECBs. We use our $15 in ECBs along with some coupons to get as low of out of pocket as possible. And let's say we earn back $15 in ECBs from that transaction. We take those $15 immediately and we do our next transaction. So we're just rolling the store's money. You're going to do the exact same thing with the PayPal debit card if you choose to get it, if you're trying to separate your rebate money so that you pay for all couponing just with rebate money like I do. So you're going to do a smaller Ibotta haul. You're going to get enough in rebates to cash out. You're going to cash out right to PayPal, which happens immediately. And then you can do more rebates with it. So it's a constant recycling. Now, just like the drugstores, when we are brand new at the drugstores, we have to make a cash investment. It's no different. So if you're brand new to couponing or newer to couponing and you're trying to get your footing and maybe you're starting with the rebate apps, you do have to make a cash investment to start. Then you'll earn your rebates. Then you transfer your rebates to your PayPal debit card and start paying for your new rebates with that money that you just earned so that you are recycling it. I hope that makes sense. And if you have enough of a cash investment to make, you could do like I did. And you could build your rebate money up a little bit until you have a cushion, whatever you feel comfortable with. That might be $50. That might be $100 that you've earned in rebate money. Then you transfer that to your PayPal debit card and now you just constantly roll that. So I hope that that makes sense and I hope that that answers some questions of how do I keep my rebate money separate. Again, I did start off probably a little bit different than some of you are going to start off with because I literally was just hoarding that rebate money and keeping it in the apps, which again, it's not a great idea. I don't let my Ibotta balance get over $50. I get it transferred. Same thing with the rest of the apps. Every single rebate app I use, except for Fetch because it's not an option on Fetch. Ibotta, Swagbucks, mypoints, Shopkick, I transfer all of that right into my PayPal. All of it. I don't leave it sit in the apps. And then I have my couponing money right there. And then again, like I said, I decide at the end of the month, how much extra do I feel like I have? Because I always want to have a cushion. That's just me personally. I want to have a cushion of couponing money. If I decide I want to do a big transaction at Walgreens where maybe I don't have register rewards to pay, it's not a big deal to me because I'm using my rebate money. I'm recycling my rebate money constantly into store money, into more rebate money, or I'm going to Walgreens or I'm going to CVS and I'm getting Ibotta rebates and I'm putting that Ibotta money right back into PayPal. It's just a constant recycling. The only place that I coupon that I very rarely use my PayPal debit card is CVS. Because Fetch does not have an option to cash out for cash, it has to be gift cards. I typically will buy CVS gift cards through Fetch and just pay my tax and any subtotals I may have that way. That's the only store I do not use my PayPal debit card. When I am shopping at Walgreens, always use my PayPal debit card. When I am shopping for Ibotta, always use my PayPal debit card. When I'm going to Dollar General for 5 off 25, I use my PayPal debit card. If I have to go to Rite Aid, not have to. If I get to go to Rite Aid and do a couponing transaction and I don't quite have enough bonus cash to roll, I use my PayPal debit card. I use it for absolutely all couponing. So I hope that answers some questions. I hope that clears some things up. It truly, truly is so dang fantastic. As I said, I think I said, I made that video 8 months ago. I've been doing this for 8 months. My bank account is never touched. I am constantly rolling rebate money. And basically, it's the same thing with store money. If you go to Walgreens and you build up $20 in Walgreens cash, and then you go and you use that $20 on things that you need, now you have no Walgreens cash. Now your Walgreens cash, along with your rebate money, is yours. You use it however you want to use it. It's yours to use. But for me, I will definitely use my store credits, my store money, my rebate money for anything that I want and need. But I know how to work the deals so that I'm constantly replenishing that. So that I'm never in a position of, crap, I don't have any Walgreens cash. Now I have to pay cash out of pocket again. It's the same thing for the rebate money for me. And again, I'm going to be a little bit different because I had I'm not kidding, hundreds of dollars that I just left sitting in the rebate apps because I don't know why. It literally was special money to me that I did not want to touch. I knew if I sent it over to my bank account, it would just get used on whatever. And I just didn't want to do that. And I'm so glad that I did build that little nest egg up because it's literally carried me through 8 months. And I still have hundreds of dollars in rebate money. If you watch my rebate hauls, if you watch my couponing hauls, you know I am constantly looking for great deals that make me money while also getting the things that I want and need. I mean, let's be real. I probably don't need any more alcohol in this house. You know what I mean if you've been watching my Kroger rebate hauls. But it makes me so much money that I can go get other things that I want and I'm never depleting my rebate money. So it's definitely a strategy and it may start off a little bit different for you. But if you don't have, you're not starting the same way I started. If you have the cash investment, make it. Build up a little nest egg until you feel comfortable. If you don't have a lot of cash to invest, that's okay. Do what you can do. Earn the rebates. Transfer it to PayPal. Then use your PayPal debit card to pay for your next rebates where you're earning more rebates. Your recycling just may be smaller transactions until you're able to build that up a little. But I'm telling you, it is a huge game changer. It has changed everything for me about the way I coupon. And if you've followed this channel for a while, you already know, like, math is my jam and I always care about cost. I need to know that I'm getting a good deal, but I always know that my bank account is never going to be touched because I'm constantly recycling that money. All right, so we're going to head to the kitchen table and we are just going to briefly go over how I organize my coupons because several of you have asked. So I'll go ahead and show you my organization system. And if you do have any questions about the PayPal debit card, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I hope that this was helpful. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Let's go ahead to the kitchen table. All right, let's talk real quick about coupon organization because a lot of you have asked me about this. And again, I don't feel like I do anything special, but I just have this big binder, this 3-ring binder. And I ordered, these are baseball card holders that I ordered. Oops, I got a paper clip stuck to this. That I just ordered, I think from Amazon. And I cut my coupons out and I put them in here. I separate them by category. You're gonna separate them however it makes sense to you. So like all of my oral care is gonna be right up here in front. And then I do like any personal care like lotions, razors, facial wash, deodorant, all of that stuff. I have that all in one section. I have any like household cleaning products, laundry, all of that good stuff. And then I have like any medicine, supplements, that's in a section. I have food, has its own section, so anything to do with food is here. I have like a miscellaneous section where I have like pet food coupons and baby care coupons. And then in the back, I have all like hair care and makeup. So that's how I separate or how I organize my coupons. And then I have a little holder that I keep in my purse. And if you've watched how I get ready for my CVS shopping trips, then you already know I like to use little papers that I write my shopping trip down on. I clip all my coupons to it, anything that I need. So in this little binder, I keep any coupons I'm going to be using for a specific shopping trip. I just pull them out of here. I have like all my ECBs in here. I have like my register rewards in here. This is just way easier to carry with me than this. I try to bring this with me and just leave it in the car in case I forgot to grab a coupon out or something like that. But that's just what I do for organization. It's pretty simple. I do get my coupons from my local Sunday paper. I buy the Sunday paper every Sunday. If I do want extra coupons or if my area doesn't have certain coupons, I typically will order from somebody over on Instagram. Her name is Brizzy Herdadue. I'll leave that down in the description box for you as well if you want to check her out. She's very reasonable and she ships super fast. However, I do not get my coupons typically before Sunday. So just be aware of that. But again, I buy my local Sunday paper. So I hope that was helpful. That's how I organize my coupons. And I take my little binder with me. All right, that's what I got for you today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I appreciate you so much, and I'm going to see you again soon. Bye.